Hello guys and welcome back to another class of our course about learning Excel for data analytics. So in today's class we are gonna talk about condition formatting. So it's our second course about the basics of Excel. Until now we saw we saw our recap and we saw how to use the if function and the vlookup. This if function will be very useful in our condition formatting class because it's it's almost the same thing. It's just a bit more visual. So before we start, what is condition formatting? So when we are doing, let's say for example, a function or whatever we are writing down, we want to have a visual of it. So let's say for example, we write down if, a function if, and we say, let's write it down, it's gonna be easier. So let's say I write down if for example, this case equals 1, I will return 0. In other case, I will return 1. So if this case equals 1, I will return 0. Well, the if function will say, as I said here, for example, if this case equals 1, we'll return 0. If not, we'll return 1. But if we do condition formatting, we can do something different. We can do it differently. So for example, we can say if this case equals 1, for example, it's gonna be green. If it's not equal to 1, well, it's gonna be red. So condition formatting is really like, let's say, to put conditions and show more visually how something works. So we're gonna see how it really works condition formatting and how you can use it. So there are many ways that you can use condition formatting. First of all, I want you to do, guys, open up your Excel folder, go in your home section, and it's gonna be here. So condition formatting is the tab right there. To understand it, what we'll do first of all, we'll create a table of random numbers. So simply write down equal and rand between. So we're gonna write down rand between 1 and let's say 50. Then we'll simply drag it down. So as you can see, we have a lot of random numbers. I will explain you the condition formatting part from here to there, because I want to start really with the easiest part and go a bit to the hardest part, even if it's not that hard. So how all this works. So as I said, the condition formatting is really to show you, let's say more visually, what a database looks like. So for example, we have this basic database of just numbers. There is nothing, only numbers here. So let's say we select them all. And we go in condition formatting and we want to have a color scale. And let's say we choose this color scale. So what does it mean? As you can see, the smaller the number is, well, the greener will be the color. And the higher the number is, well, the color will be redder. So each time we refresh our let's say database, it's gonna adjust and it's gonna do the exact same thing. So let's say you have a database and you want to find out the smallest numbers, the biggest numbers, or just use this as a condition. Well, you can do it here with the condition formatting and simply use the color scale. You can even create your own rule. So for example, you select all this. We'll just clear the rules. So we come back here. In color scale, if you want to create more rules, well, you can create your own rules right here based on anything you want. But once again, the basics of all this is really just to use it as a color scale. The second thing will be the data bars. It's the same thing as the color scales, just this time it's gonna be with bars. It's just a way to present your results and it's more easier to understand. So let's say we want something like this. So as you can see, it's gonna, well, when the number is equal to 1, for example, it's not gonna be filled. When it's equal to 50, well, it's filled. And each time you refresh the database, it will do the exact same thing. So as I said, the condition formatting is really to present the results the best way possible. You can do it in 2 ways, if I'm not mistaken. You're here, you can do it this way. So this type of presentation or this type of presentation right here. And once again, you can add more rules. If you want to add more complex rules, you can do it. Simply click on more rules right here. So once again, we'll clear the rules on selected cells. All right. So next next tab will be this one here. So once again, here, those are a bit more complex rules. Once again, they're very easy to understand. So for example, you want to have the top 10 items or the top, let's say, 20 items. You can do it. For example, if you have a database of, let's say, 100,000 numbers and you want to find out the top 3 numbers, well, you simply click on 3 and you will find them out. Same thing here. So it's like the top 10% or the top, let's say, 3%. You can do it. You can then choose the color that you want to use. For example, you want it green, you want it light red or whatever. You can do it. It's very simple to do. So let's try it out right now with the top 10%. So for example, you want the top 10%. You simply click here, and for example, you want the top 1%. Well, you will have it. So the highest 1% is 49. And each time you refresh the page, well, you have it. As you can see, it's 50, 50, 50, 50. So if the numbers are the same, it's gonna give you like all the numbers. And this is the top, let's say 1%. You can do the same thing for the bottom. You want to find out the bottom 10 items or the bottom 10%. Well, you simply click there and you will find it out. So let's try it out. We'll simply click here. Go in the top 10, well, the bottom 10%. And let's say we want it green. Let's say we want the bottom 5%. And as you can see, the bottom 10, the highest 10% or 5% will be in red. Well, it's 1% here. And that the bottom 5% are in green. And each time you refresh, well, Excel will automatically adapt and will give you the right answers. So once again, as I said, it's really to present the results. So let's clear the rules once again. Simply go here and click on clear rules. All right. So right now you understand. Oh, you can also do above or below average. So for example, for a certain average, let's try it out just to show you visually what it looks like. Let's say I want all my cells that are above the average to be a certain color. So what Excel will do here, he will calculate the average of all those cells and will select all the cells that are above the average. And I can choose the color that I want. For example, I want it red and green. I'm sorry, I want it green. It's gonna look like this. If I want to do both of them, so above and below the average. So as you can see, all my cells that are above the average are green, and all the cells that are below the average are red. And each time I refresh my Excel tab, my Excel spreadsheet, sorry, it adapts automatically to my to my work. So as I said, it's really for a visual presentation. All right, so let's clear all our rules. Perfect. So right now we'll go to our more advanced part, but once again, as I said, it's not that hard to understand. Here, for example, if I want to add conditions, for example, all the cells that are greater than a certain cell. So for example, I go here, I click on all the cells that are greater than 5. So as you can see, Excel will automatically adapt. So all the cells that are greater than 5 will be in a light red. I can do the exact same thing, for example, for 10 or any number. For example, 50, well, no numbers are greater than 50. So Excel will automatically adapt. So it's like an if function. So for example, if one of those numbers is greater than 5, return a red cell. If not, well, don't return a cell. And don't return a color in the cell. So here what it's, we can add more than one rule. So if we add more than one rule, Excel will take all those rules in consideration. So let's say, for example, we use this database and we want to format it this way. So all the numbers that are greater than 25 will be in red, in green. Let's put it green. Will be in green, and all the numbers that are less than 25 will be in red. So as you can see, all the numbers that are greater than 25 are in green and less are in red. But right now, all our 25s are with no colors. We want to add color there. So what we will do, we'll go back here, and all the numbers that are equal to 25, well, are going to be, let's say, yellow. So as you can see, we have a table like this with multiple rules. And once again, it's really, really easy to spot our numbers. For example, we want to spot something on our huge database. Well, we can directly do it here with the condition formatting. Once again, you can do a bit more advanced, more advanced tools. You can do lookups with text or some other more advanced things. Once again, we're gonna stay really to the basics, which are those rules. So right now you understand a bit what is condition formatting. As I said, condition formatting is just a way to present way easier the data instead of using an if function and returning numbers or yes or no's. We can directly present the data with the visuals, with colors, and it's way easier to spot than to use some if functions or vlookup or whatever, because the data will be directly on our database, and it's way easier to work with on databases, complex databases, when we have condition formatting on them. So that's it for this course, guys, and see you all in our next class.